talking about United We Walk, which was established in 1995 to annually celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, emphasizing diversity, unity, and the inherent worth of every person. More importantly, what is United We Walk, and how can the community get involved? With us right here live on The Splash from United We Walk, we have co-chairs Sonja James and Jonathan Warshay. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us, Kevin.
Yes, so I want to immediately get into it, just pretty much like I just explained. We want to ask, what is United We Walk? Essentially starting off with you, Sonja, what is United We Walk as an organization or an event?
Well, United We Walk as an organization started years ago. And honestly, Jonathan, I think, has been co-chair for a number of years, along with our former co-chair, Jennifer Graham. Jonathan, how long were you co-chair?
Oh, I'd say probably about 3 or 4 years now.
Great. And he probably has more experience with, from the co-chair's perspective. So I'm going to let Jonathan answer that first, and then I'll chime in. Is that okay, Jonathan?
That's great. So,
okay, great.
I think the biggest thing is, it's part of the school district, getting the students involved, and then that way we get the parents and the rest of the community involved as well in terms of furthering Dr. King's legacy. I'd say that's the biggest thing with our organization. And then it started with the walk that had been around the high school, and then we've just sort of added other activities and events with it.
Okay.
Great. And one of the big things and the purpose behind United We Walk is a time for the community to come together and to celebrate the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Mm-hmm. And as a school community, and not just the school community, as a West Bloomfield community, incorporating the schools and citizens of West Bloomfield, it's time for us to reflect, to celebrate, and to also think about how his work continues and what do we do as a community to acknowledge and honor his legacy.
There you go. I love that. I love that. So
yes.
Let's dive a little bit more into it. A little bit more. Jonathan, going back to you, how has the United We Walk evolved to meet the changing needs and values of the greater West Bloomfield community, especially since being established in 1995 BC before Corona?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
So, originally it was more of the walk and a program. So people were not necessarily active participants. We've added service projects that are not only on that day, but also year round to make especially the students active participants in furthering Dr. King's legacy. So I'd say that's probably the biggest change since the beginning.
Okay.
Because that day is a focus on a day of service, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what a big part of Dr. King's legacy, that service piece. And it has evolved into those community service projects and opportunities for our students, our families, and the community to be a part of those different projects that we have going on for United We Walk.
Perfect, perfect. And just to reset the show again, with us right here live on The Splash from United We Walk, we have co-chairs Sonja James and Jonathan Warshay talking about the event, the details of it, and what we can expect. Now, Sonja, going back to you, there's a theme for the 2025 event, United We Walk, continuing the dream, building bridges of unity. Seems very, very impactful. With that being said, how do you feel like this thing resonates or will resonate with both the challenges and the opportunities faced by the greater West Bloomfield community?
One of the big things about West Bloomfield as a community, we truly are a community because as Executive Director of Educational Equity for the district, I'm also part of different organizations or different groups. And one of the things with regards to United We Walk, and I think about the work that the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreations are doing with their, their diversity task force, right? Mm-hmm. the work that are, that's being done in different segments of the community, it helps bridge us together as a community. It recognizes that we as a West Bloomfield community, we are diverse. It recognizes that we as a West Bloomfield community have people from different walks of life, be it ethnically, be it socioeconomic, and then as a community, how we come together, united.
Yeah.
I think about like Juneteenth, how the community came together for that. I think about just the work that is put into recognizing and honoring each and every individual in West Bloomfield, in each and every religion, each and every background. So it doesn't matter what walk of life that you come from. When you come to West Bloomfield, you will see people of diverse backgrounds and different groups. And you will see a coming together of that and a seeking to understand who we are. So that theme in terms of building bridges of unity is something I think that we are doing a pretty good job of as a community. Are we perfect? No. Is it a work in progress? It is. Because on that day, if you look at who's a part of our membership, a part of our committee, it is a diverse group of different people from different walks of life that are helping put together the United We Walk.
Yes.
So it's not just Jonathan and I. Right. It's Jonathan, it's I, it's other community members, it's social organizations, it's our fraternities, our sororities. It is everyone coming together on this day to build that bridge, because we know that there is a lot of work to do, and we know that there are things that we have accomplished, and there's so much more. And when I look at all the opportunities and possibilities, it's us continuing to come together to do this work hand in hand.
Perfect, perfect. And I love how you use the example of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force and everything that they're doing within the community to kind of tie it together and say that that's an example of us building bridges of unity right here within the community. So thank you for that response and that context also, Sonja. Jonathan, with you, I want to kind of incorporate or talk about the fact that there are student co-chairs of United We Walk. With that being said, how do you incorporate the voices and the leadership of the students in planning and executing this event?
So the student co-chairs are full members of the committee, so they have as much voice as any of the adults, and they do take the lead with several of the activities and run with it. I've always been inspired about how really involved that they want to get, how meaningful it is to them. Excuse me. So they're really a vital part of our committee, and they're really an inspiration to us all.
And with that being said, just adding on to that, Jonathan, what role do you see service projects and children's activities playing in fostering a sense of unity and engagement during this specific event?
So we have so the student volunteers as well as adult volunteers work with the children on whether it's reading to them or on the service projects themselves. So everyone is together, working together for really a common cause that's service to others. And I think that just sort of builds a wonderful spirit around the entire event.
I would like to say so myself. Anytime we talk to business leaders, owners, authorities within Greater West Bloomfield, more than likely, if they're doing something, they have other organizations, other people involved, and we love to see that people coming together to accomplish great things for our community. With that being said, joining us right here live on The Splash, United We Walk co-chair members Sonja James and Jonathan Warshay talking about the United We Walk 2025 event coming up. Now, just a few more questions before I let you go. Sonja, with you, in what ways do you see United We Walk extending Dr. King's dream beyond the event itself into everyday life in West Bloomfield?
You know, that's where I talk about those possibilities, those opportunities, with regards to not just it being an event for January 19th, but thinking about how as a community that we continue to live out the life and the legacy in our works, in our deeds, and in our actions. Again, it's those different organizations within West Bloomfield, as well as working with United We Walk, to really think about what does it look like every day of the year, right? And it's some of the continuous event that we do as a community. Like I mentioned, Juneteenth. That's one of the events. There's several different events that happen throughout the year that also encompasses that life and the legacy. I want to go back to something that you asked Jonathan about with regards to the student co-chairs. I'll be meeting with them later on today. But one of the things that like the student co-chairs will be doing is on January 9th and 10th, they are organizing for our student co-chairs are organizing for high school students to go down to the elementary buildings to read to the elementary students.
Oh, okay.
And again, it's taking it a step deeper in terms of understanding the purpose and the why behind We Celebrate United We Walk and the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights activists that have contributed to his dream, his life, and the fulfillment of that, and how we have gotten to where we are now, and how do we as a school community live out those important values, right? And in terms of peace, in terms of acceptance and inclusivity of others, and all of those things. So they are working to build that with regards to a busload of students going to a building at a time and reading to the entire building at the same time. So every student, say right now I'm sitting at Scotch Elementary, every student on January 9th will hear the same story read by high school students at the same time. So building wide, they're all going to be engaged in that story.
Nice.
And the same will happen at Gretschko, the same will happen at Doherty, the same will happen at Chico. And this is student-led. And then we have Voice of Equality. And that's a student-led group from the high school as well that will go in and engage later on after United We Walk, and you talk about that extension, and they will go in and work with different projects with the students. So again, our student leadership also being actively involved in this and them leading the charge. Sometimes, as adults, we have to move out of their way, right? And let the students lead. And this is a way that we let the students lead and we move out of their way. And again, this is how we are expanding, the reach and taking it a little deeper.
Yeah. I like that. See, and I love that you brought that full circle because for one, you as an adult, you and Jonathan as adult leaders, you're setting that example for the high schoolers. The high schoolers are feeling like, hey, let's go beyond and extend beyond, like we said, beyond Dr. King's dream, and set that example for the elementary, the next generation. And then we would hope that will continue to trickle down. So I love that you gave us that information and painted that picture for us. We have to let you go. We appreciate both of you for being here, but real quick before we go, Jonathan, the details of the United We Walk 2025 event again and how people can get involved.
So first of all, easy way is just to show up and participate in the walk and the project. But certainly we're happy to accept donations. There'll be people there who might want a snack or water. We're always getting those from various places. We'll also accept cash donations as well to help us further our work, our projects that our folks participate in. So. And we can get you that information so you can share it with the viewers.
Perfect. Thank you again. Once again, United We Walk, Sunday, January 19th, West Bloomfield Middle School on Orchard Lake in West Bloomfield. And from United We Walk, co-chair members Sonja James, Jonathan Warshay, we appreciate your time and information.
Thank you.
For having us.
We appreciate you as well. We hope to see everyone come out. It's not just for the kids, it's for the entire community. It's going to be a great family event.